Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Son of Skating from Victorian Vanguard, and we're here today in Adelaide at the showgrounds for the 4th TGSS. We're looking at Div 2 game between Westside Derby Dolls from Melbourne, Victoria versus Otway Derby Dolls from Colac, Victoria. And we have probably about 1 minute till Derby. Both teams are getting into their huddles at the moment, and we should be moving along very shortly. So if you're tuned in from home, Westside Derby Dolls, you're looking at Rory Spilmore, Crotch Candy, Cosby Wheels and Smash, Susie Contro, Scrim Henson. Sorry, what was that? Sadistic Smell, Chronic Jack Payne, Murderface, Chuka, Goldie Blocks, Kapow, Biffy Kaleido, and Belter Skelter. And for the Otway Derby Dolls, we have Kiz Vicious, Ms. Seabomb, B Sting, Isa Spartan, Malicious Damage, Vivid Angel, Crash Krusty, Rain and Fire, KT&T, Sausage Roller, and Crazy Cooker. And the first jam started. B Sting on the line for Otway Derby Dolls. Rory Spilmore on the Rory Spilmore on the line for Westside. Both jammers are caught in the pack. The very first penalty of the game has been dished out to B Sting already, and also team captain KT&T. Both looks like it's a power jam start. Crash Krusty making her way to the box. Also for OD&D, we have a loaded box. Loaded box there for ODD. Westside Derby Dolls making the most of it and getting and it looks like one penalty for pack destruction dished out to Kapow from Westside. Belter Skelter now with the jammer star for Westside Derby Dolls. Number 99, Belter Skelter out with lead, taking that outside line, supported by her teammates. B Sting out of the box. And she's out with no pass, no penalty. Getting ready to call it. And it looks like that was called for zeros apiece. Oh, 4 points for the Westside, 0 for ODD. Murderface is on the line for Westside Derby Dolls with Crazy Cooker out there for ODD. Crazy Cooker against that strong Westside wall at the back. Murderface seems to be prying her way through. She's separated that wall. It looks like she's got lead. She definitely has lead. Cooker's still caught in the pack. Then she's out. She's about 3/4 lap behind. Looks like this will be a 4-point hit and quit. Let's see how it goes. And it's through. It's a 4-1 score on that one. Not quite quick enough with that call off. Crosby on the line for Westside Derby Dolls at the moment. Westside leading 18-1. Kiz Vicious is at the back of the pack for ODD. Well, Crosby seems to be getting a little bit of leverage on that ODD wall. She seems to be pulling them apart. Whoa! And there seems to be a nasty spill on that outside, on the outside apex, taking out the jammer and a blocker with her. She returns straight from out of play to take the lead. Half a lap behind is Kiz Vicious. They enter the pack. She calls it off for points. 2-0 on that pass West Side's way, extending out that lead by another 2 points. Beasting and Rory Spilmore on the line. As we wait, 5 seconds is called. And they're off. Rory Spilmore trying to take that outside, but being funneled in. Rain and Fire giving a bit of a bump against her to keep her. Rory Spilmore trying out, trying in, going back out again and taking the lead. And Beasting off. This is the second time they've been matched up and Beasting has taken a penalty early within the first 10 seconds of a jam. Rory Spilmore going through for the Grand Slam, 5 points. And looks like Isa Spartan making her way out as well. Looks like they've decided to ice the jammer, send Beasting on again for his second chance, giving them a better crack at a lead jammer in this next lineup. Belter Skelter out there for West Side with the Power Jam start. 3 blockers on track. This is not the preferred pack makeup for ODD, being behind on the scoreboard, 30 points to 1. They try to recycle back. Trying to see where the penalty was in that one. I think C-Bomb got a clockwise block and then got a return to bench. Got a return to track because the blocker pool was full in the bin. Isa Spartan has returned to track, filling out numbers. Beasting making her initial pass from the penalty bin. Westside calling it off before ODD can get any points, making a grand total of 8 points on that. And it looks like Muttley in the middle there, having a quick chat with the ref. Maybe trying to pick up whether or not there was a lost point for a jam lap. Crazy Cooker for ODD on the line. And Crazy Cooker getting lead jam. This is the first lead jam that ODD have this game so far. So if you're supporting from Colac, you'll get a big cheer out of that. Crazy Cooker making her way into the pack again. She's driving. She's splitting that wall. Murderface still caught in the pack. Murderface just getting out now on her initial lap. Crazy Cooker right behind her as they get out. Looks like ODD are trying to get to the front to get points. Nope. She's decided to play safe and call it. Taking the 4. 38-5 now on the scoreboard. Crosby and Kiz Vicious both out on the line. Moved right pretty close to each other on the line, taking each other's space. Crosby trying to funnel Kiz in towards her wall. It looks like it's worked a little bit. Yep, it's definitely worked. Getting the knockout. Westside get the knockout. C-Bomb quickly spinning to keep pack definition. Crosby wheels and smash, taking a big hit from C-Bomb, being knocked out of play, but re-entering with lightning speed to take lead. Kiz Vicious being recycled again by the Westside Derby defense. Westside getting a distraction of pack. Both packs losing blockers at the moment. Jammer, Kiz Vicious still caught on her initial. Now this is C-Bomb trying to make space for her and knock out players, but it's really not being super successful. Kapow once again feeding Kiz to the outside line and then taking her backwards. Unfortunately, Kiz has made an entire lap with of the track behind a defensive wall. It's got to be tiring. The longer the jam goes on without making an initial pass, the more difficult it's going to be. And it looks like, yeah, Kiz Vicious has taken herself off the track. She thought that she got a penalty, but it was the other jammer that got the penalty. It looks like Kiz Vicious lining up against that wall, taking time to resettle her helmet cover. And then going back in, tries to get a whip off a teammate. Outside line, trying to provide O on the outside line, but being funneled out. So Beasting starting by herself on this one. Power Jam start. Rain and Fire and KT&T both go in for offense. They seem to be trying to catch a goat at the back. They've got one of the Westside Derby dolls, and I don't know if they've noticed the jammer come back in. And we've got another. They've got another lead jammer to ODD. Beasting. She's fallen down as she gets out of the pack. Giant smile on her face. There's nothing that phases that woman. Every time that things get difficult, she gets through for the pass and calls it off, gets the 5, gets her Grand Slam 5 and says, that's it, I'm done. Crazy Cooker and Rory Spillmore now out on the line. Number 89, Crazy Cooker, and Rory Spillmore, number 7 for Westside. Rory Spillmore knocked out to the outside, but re-enters quickly, then knocked to the inside, then quickly recycles again. Crazy Cooker pushing, splitting up that Westside wall and going out for lead. ODD getting then another lead, but she's barely got half a lap ahead of Rory Spillmore. She's going to have to get in quick to get points. Their point, KT&T's point, is at the back, so it's going to be an even drive. Do they keep their hips in front? It looked like it was 2 apiece. And you can see Kiz Vicious and Belter Skelter on the line. And Belter Skelter's now made it out for Westside, but she gets knocked to the outside line. Kiz Vicious running up the inside, but she is stopped by Westside defense. Multiple Westside blockers are knocked out in the carnage. Kiz Vicious has lead. Oh, she takes the hit. She takes a massive hit from Belter Skelter, but knocks her to the ground, giving herself the lead. Unfortunately, the ODD points are at the back of the wall. And the points... It looks like it was a late call off too. Oh, she tries to call it off, but she gets focused on doing the call off and re-enters illegally, getting the cut track, giving away the control of that particular jam to Belter Skelter. It'll go for the full 2 minutes now, and Belter Skelter with 30 seconds on the track to make as many points as she can. It seems that we have all blockers returned from the bin. Yeah, Belter Skelter's now trying to call it off, but she's not lead. She gets the 5-point grand slam, goes to the back of the pack, and has to go through again to get any more points. They get the out of play call. That dragging defense. It looks like Westside are going to the front to capture them and slow down the pack and keep the ODD walls split up. And Kiz Vicious out of the bin, chasing down after Belter Skelter. Belter Skelter hitting the pack, looking for all the points that they can. There is still maybe 1 second left in this jam. There it goes. And 13 points won for Westside Derby Dolls. 4 points there for Otway. Five-second call. Beasting and Murderface on the line. Beasting for ODD. Murderface for Westside. Both walls are right beside each other. Like, there wasn't even one in front of the other. They were right beside each other. Beasting getting out, a giant smile on her face. As soon as she hears the crowd cheering for her. Yep, KT&T holding the last of that, last of the defense, just one-on-one blocking Murderface. A giant hit to Beasting. They keep. The team is yelling for the call off, but it was too late again. Yeah, the call off coming a little bit late and giving away that backline of points. So both teams getting 4 points on that last jam. 75 points to Westside Derby Dolls so far with 13 minutes left in the clock. 20 points to Otway Derby Dolls. For those playing at home, Otway requested that we say a big shout out to Legs, who's currently in labour. So you're putting in the hard yards where you are too, Legs, and they appreciate it. They're cheering you on. So lots of love and support to Legs, who couldn't be here. And it looks like Cooker... No, Cooker goes for the re-entry, but the person went down. She burns a little bit of time. The Goldie blocks that got her with a low block to trip her to the outside has been sent to the bin. Crazy Cooker unsure whether or not she had to re-enter behind anybody else. And it looks like it was a 4-point victory to Westside Derby Dolls on that pickup. And here we are. Now it is, if you haven't already been told, it is pretty cold here in Adelaide. But it's onesie Sunday, so everybody's got their onesies on. So if you're interested, if you see some good onesies, check out Spank Alley, which has some awesome range of onesies, hoodies, and Chicks in Bowls merch, some compression pants and left turn clothing. So they're still in stock, and if you can't get down here to buy some of that, send somebody else who's already here. Get one of your teammates to do it. And here we go. Kiz Vicious is following around behind Rory Spillmore. Spillmore gets the 4 points, calls it off. A little pirouette on the outside line to take those points. A pirouette theft of points. That was very artistic, very smooth. It looked like it was completely natural. She does it all the time. Just pure talent. Belter Skelter on the line with Beasting. Now Belter Skelter gives a little shove to Beasting, hits her into the wall off the bat. Just funneling her to where she wants her to be, and then prying her way through the wall of green. She's Rory Spilmore entering the pack as Beasting gets out. So she's got about half a lap to move, and she's calling it. ODD stealing the 1 though. 2 points to 1. Beasting getting in a little bit of a score on the board. And on the line we have Murderface, and just because I know she doesn't like it, Crazy Cooker. And she's pushing on the line. Yeah, I know that when she listens to the Boutcast later, she will kick my ass, but that's okay. For now, she doesn't know what's happened. She's in the middle of a derby bout. She's got other things to worry about. And Crazy Cooker in the pack. Also, Murderface is out though with lead. Crazy Cooker hit large out on the far apex onto the outside line and recycled back. Murderface got a lot of time to do what she wants here, and what she wants to do is get points. Crazy Cooker through as Murderface hits the pack, and Murderface is getting a bit of offense there. Murderface gets a bit of offense from Susie Contro to get the 4. Big props to blockers helping out their jammers, making it look easier. And here we go. We're about to start again. Crosby on the line with Kiz Vicious. Crosby having a lot of success so far this game. Kiz Vicious a little bit less. The West Side Wall have been relentlessly recycling her. But doesn't mean that she's down and out. She's pushing extremely hard. Crosby thrown out by the Otway Derby Dolls. Otway running back so much that they break pack, thinning their wall unintentionally. Rain and Fire dropping Crosby to the ground. Kiz Vicious still caught up in that pack at the front. Both 3 walls doing massive damage as they've lost a blocker each to penalties. And it looks like high block to KT&T from Otway. Kiz Vicious, is she out? She's got lead, and she gets away from the final blocker, Susie Contro. Rain and Fire tries to keep Crosby in. Kiz Vicious will be the first to hit the pack. She's got lead. She's get the points. Will she get the points? She's got hips in. She's out. Calling it. And it looks like she's got the 4-0. What an effort. What a comeback on that one. Kiz Vicious, last couple of jams recycled back, but she's showing that she's got a lot of fire left in her, taking lead and getting the 4. So 25 Otway Derby Dolls chasing the West Side Derby Dolls on 89. West Side showing their defensive strength, making those gaps. Like the blockers are, when they give O, are prying open a pretty big line. And Rory getting through. This lady's got speed and finesse. She's pumping around the track right now. Beasting only just getting out of the pack. Still nearly a whole lap behind. Points are available for Rory. She's got room to move. She's got 3. And it looks like she's looking for that last hip. No, did she call it in time? She only got the 2. My bad. I honestly thought that she got past the 3rd hip, but and it looks like Ms. Seabomb sent off right at the end of that as well. Crazy Cooker and Belter Skelter on the line. Belter Skelter at the front of the pack. Crazy Cooker caught at the back. Crazy Cooker is out of the pack. Belter Skelter about quarter lap behind her. And Crazy Cooker, it's a 0-0 pass. She calls it safe. She may not have had lead, 99 problems, but Belter Skelter, but points weren't won. Forced to call it off. No, number 99 was able to put on enough pressure to put Crazy Cooker to call it off. Looks like they've got a timeout called. Both teams. No, it looks like Otway Derby Dolls have 2 blockers in the bench at the moment, which means they'll be starting with a pretty thin pack. We've got 5 minutes left in this period. And here we are. Okay. And we would like to put out a thanks to PhysioFit, Adelaide's official physio provider. If you're around, if you're listening, if you're watching one game and listening to this one, please come visit their stall that they have here at TGSS. Also, would like to big shout out to Hang's Chocolates. Thanks Hang's Chocolates for feeding all of our zebras. Yes, Hang's Chocolate, they're our zebra feeders. They're getting down, going into the enclosure with all the stripy zebras and supplying all their food needs. It looks like that timeout is finished. Kiz Vicious has 2 blockers on the track to work with. Murderface all 4. Kiz looks like she's defensively blocking. She's holding out a little bit. Murderface, Kiz Vicious just tries to burn a little bit of time by hopping in defense to get of her blockers back out and get an even pack number, but unfortunately Murderface is, well, unfortunately for her, really fortunately for Murderface pumping her way through and getting out to get lead. Kiz Vicious gets out on her initial lap, but Murderface gets through for the 4 right behind her. They are feet apart. Looks like Kiz Vicious is trying to decide whether or not she can take the point. Nope. Calls it off safe. Calls it off safe. On that last pass, getting the 4 points. It is 95-25 with 4 minutes left in this half. Beasting and Crosby on the line. Yep, no, it looks like Beasting's been sent off. There is a penalty for Kiz Vicious. Rain and Fire trying to get through to the front as the offense comes through. Looks like Rain and Fire does a high block. So she's sent out to the bin, thinning the pack once more. Crosby going to really make the most of this. She's got a thin pack, slightly thin pack, and she's the only jammer with lead. She's out. Kiz Vicious is about to return from the box. Oh, she calls it just a second too late as Kiz Vicious missing the call. Kiz Vicious missing the call and coming straight from the box and making contact, but didn't seem to be influential enough in any way for the refs to give a penalty. G'day, brother. How are you? And yeah, it looks like we have 3.5 minutes left in this next game. We've 100 points on the 100 points. Westside Derby Dolls to Otway Derby Dolls 25. And Beasting out there for Otway. Rory Spilmore out there for Westside. And there we go. They're off and racing. Beasting knocked to the inside line. Rory almost knocked to the outside, but she stays in by a hair's breadth. Just a cheeky toe stop movements. Those little tiny dancing footsteps. Beasting is out also from the pack. She is half a lap behind. Rory looking for points and calling. She's down big. She gets down big and doesn't get a chance to call it off. She's been recycled all the way to the back. The bench coaches are yelling to call, but everything was a mash in there. They're not quite able to hear when you're concentrating on everything else going around you. When women are flying at you, I wouldn't be able to focus either. It was absolutely hectic in that last one. Massive hits. The walls were total disarray, and it just come down to frantic hits to try to keep the Gemmers in the pack. We have 2 minutes left. Crazy Cooker and Belter Skelter straight into that Otway wall. Waiting, she pushes so hard. It looks like malicious damage was crumbled under the weight of her advance. Yep, Crazy Cooker gets hit out, but the blocker hitting her takes a knee as she does it, giving her the no pass, no penalty and getting out for her initial lap. And points have been made, none lost. Belter Skelter doing the smart call off just in time. I'm also told from ODD that I need to give a massive shout out to Pocket Rocker, Betty Shocker, and all of the freshies and monkeys back home, apparently. And Kiz Vicious, Murderface on the line. Murderface testing the lines, trying the outside, moving back in, trying to make that ODD wall drift across the track, and it's worked for her. She's made it out. She's got lead. Kiz Vicious caught at the back against a 2-wall. Yep, Kiz Vicious taking the outside line, but she's stopped one last line of defender on west side. Rain and Fire, no, KT&T providing offense. Kiz Vicious let go, but it may be too late now. Murderface already has the 4. But Murderface calling it off a little bit too late, giving ODD a 2-point pickup at the back of the pack on that one. I think she might have been waiting to burn a bit of time, seeing as we're towards the end of this half and they've got a sizable lead. The clock goes in their favour. The more time that's left on the board is more time that ODD can chase. If you burn that time, there's no points available for them. And team timeout called. 30-second call was made with 28 seconds left on the game clock for this period. So that timeout's just been called to give themselves an extra jam on this. Just playing it safe and wanting to get everything that they can. So while we're here, I do want to give a massive shout out to Adelaide Showgrounds, who are our platinum sponsor. These are wonderful. They are doing wonderful things for roller derby, not just in South Australia, but the Southern Hemisphere. This is a massive tournament. This is one of the biggest tournaments for roller derby in the world. So many teams in one place, and they've hosted this. This is the 4th time they've hosted this, every 2 years. If you're a skater or you're in the sport, this is like a giant family reunion. Like you see all of the teams that you saw 2 years ago, the ones that beat you, the ones you beat, and you get a chance to see how much they've advanced, how much they've changed, who's left different clubs and changed around. We're straight back on. Crazy Cooker defending, knocking Crosby to the ground, but still being funneled into that wall. Crosby looking for the safe side from her own teammates. And looks like yes, it is. Crosby is out for lead. Wasn't sure if that was... She got caught up for a second and there was a penalty, but the penalty was for C-Bomb. Crosby out with half a lap ahead. She is moving up. There is 1 point held at the back. Rain and Fire's point lost at the back. The ODD wall completely separated. There was not a single person touching one another on that one, which made Crosby an easy glide through. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half with 116 points to the Westside Derby Dolls, 31 to ODD. We look forward to seeing you very shortly I'll see you in about 12 minutes. I'm Son of Skating from Victorian Vanguard, and this is TGSS. Speak to you soon.
The Arius Platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
The Clinic, Adelaide's skate and streetwear specialist, stocking a huge range of skateboards, longboards and cruisers, as well as scooters, streetwear and footwear, plus roller skates, inline skates and Heelys. The Clinic, 20 Curry Street in the city, open 7 days, or shop with us online.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
The Arius Platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley.
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
The Clinic, Adelaide's skate and streetwear specialist, stocking a huge range of skateboards, longboards and cruisers, as well as scooters, streetwear and footwear, plus roller skates, inline skates and Heelys. The Clinic, 20 Curry Street in the city, open 7 days, or shop with us online.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
The area's platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Has this ever happened to you? Fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench, put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley.
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
The Clinic, Adelaide's skate and streetwear specialist, stocking a huge range of skateboards, longboards and cruisers, as well as scooters, streetwear and footwear, plus roller skates, inline skates and Heelys. The Clinic, 20 Curry Street in the city, open 7 days, or shop with us online.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.
The area's platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck.
Is not mucking around. She is out in less than 5 seconds after that jam whistle's gone. She is burning around with lead jam. It looks like Kiz Vicious is still on the track. Oh, Jack off the camera. Jack making her way to the bin, taking a giant slide. She looked like an absolute rock star doing it though. Kiz Vicious is out of the pack on her initial. Belter Skelter chasing around. Looks like she might have picked up the extra point from C-Bomb coming out of the bin. Looks like they're going to run the jam on Kiz. Yep, they're going to run it on Kiz to get the most amount of points. Kiz is out, getting the 4. Kiz getting 4. 9 points so far on the board for Westside, but they're going in for another scoring pass. They're going to get 3 scoring passes to Otway's 1. Nope. And the call signal's given out. 2 points picked up for Otway, but 3 for Westside. And so that last jam, we got 12 points to Westside, which was a decent start to this half. Rory Spillmore starts on the outside, runs to the in, ends up getting against Isa Spartan and being knocked down. Crazy Cooker looking for the out. Rory Spillmore testing the out instead, going to out instead after she re-enters. So Westside have been getting success from testing different sides, going in, then going to the deep out straight afterwards. Crazy Cooker is out first though, gets lead jammer. And it looks like Crazy Cooker has a power jam. Crazy Cooker has the power jam. Sausage Roll her knocks one of the blockers out. Looks like it was Jack. Chronic Jack Payne, who's Crazy Cooker going through the pack. She gets the 4 points. Was that a 5 point? The other gemmer's in the bin. I think that might have been a quick clerical error on that one. And it looks like Crazy Cooker's taking a second when she gets knocked down. Rory Spillmore is re-entering from the track. Rory Spillmore is still on initial pass. Crazy Cooker going through the pack. Gets out past Goldie Blocks. Goldie Blocks looking like she's taken a bump to the head. And it looks like the jammer is back off. Crazy Cooker still having full run of this track. Crazy Cooker, they close in to take her out, but Crazy Cooker shrugs her off and goes around the apex. Crazy Cooker putting a grand total of 14 points on the board for ODD. Let's see if this is... Yep, it looks like looks like 14 points has been put up for Otway then. That was a massive jam. Crazy Cooker, I take it back. I will not say Crazy Koala after a jam like that. You are powerful. What a massive hit. That's probably the biggest hit that Otway, biggest scoring pass that Otway have had since the start of the game. It's what they need to try to close the gap. At the moment though, Westside's domination, Westside glory as they say, is continuing. 128 to 51. Kiz Vicious is now out with lead though. Otway are doing everything they can to close the gap. Rory Spillmore, she's on again. She's out of the pack. Rory Spilmore out of the pack from her initial pass. She's been on for, this is her second jam because of penalties. And too slow with the... Kiz Vicious is trying to make it through for points. They seem to be burning a little bit of time to get blockers back out of the box. Kiz Vicious skating it out. She gives a little peace sign to the crowd as she goes past. They're cheering her on. She's like, yeah, thanks for that. I'm tired, but I can do this. And Kiz re-enters the pack. She's knocked big. She's told to call from her bench, but misses the sound. Oh, it might be too late though. 3 points picked up there by Westside Glory. Only 2. So 136 to 59. Both jammers walking away with 8 from that overall. And Sausage Roller, first time jamming for ODD so far. And looks like Isa Spartan sent off for a low block. Low misconduct for Sausage Roller. It might have been for striking a down skater. But yep. Yeah, look, I think it was very likely that it was hitting a down skater from Isa's low block. And Belter Skelter making her way around. She's got pure control of the track at the moment. You can see her closing in, looking at that line. Wonderful offense opened up. I would say Crotch Candy giving amazing offense, clearing a wonderful inside line and just making it easy. You know what? Belter Skelter, you fought enough walls. I'm just going to make a gap in this one for you. And hopefully that helps. And here she goes through again, makes another pass, and she calls it off. Yeah, calls it off, and that's a grand total of 14, a massive 14 from Belter Skelter. She's doing damage on the scoreboard. She's just throwing punches and kicks, roundhouse kicks, throwing ninja stars, just throwing things all over the scoreboard, and yeah, it's working for her. 150 points to 58. Sorry, it's really early and I've had not enough coffee, so I'm going to get all delirious and just say whatever comes to mind. Murderface is on the line against Crazy Cooker. It is a stacks on. I have not seen a scrim like that since rugby. Like, that is a total scrum. Everybody piled in against each other, heads down, and no, out of it all emerges Crazy Cooker with lead jam. She is out and she is powering round. And the Murderface Westside Derby Dolls jammer is still in the pack. And getting the 5-point grand slam. I would say Crazy Cooker is doing amazing things as their jammers out there, as their jammer at the moment out there. KT&T last line of defense, but is sent off. The walls are thin, almost a multiplayer block. Beasting opening up a gap, and Crazy Cooker shaking off 2 ladies to make her way out of the pack and calling off the jam. She's like, you know what, get off me. Just move off me. I'm just shaking them off, Taylor Swift style. And it looks like there's an official review called there by Burton Hernia. Oh no, that's his derby name. Is it Penalty Mutt? I think when he's benching. Yeah, Muttley. Penalty Mutt when he benches.
Terms of endearment, right?
So just double checking to find out what that official review was about. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologise. Just a couple of seconds of Mike's silence as I try to confirm what that is. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I can't seem to find out what's going on in the middle and what the official review is about. So instead, I'm going to tell you all about the wonderful Hellcat clothing. If you want athletic roller derby gear, but you still want to be individual, Hellcat clothing has you covered. It is comfy, it is fun derby clothing, it is unique team uniforms, customized, personalized. All comes in derby shorts, leggings, and workout gear, custom made with love and passion. Not just one, but love and passion. Hellcat clothing for clothing on the track and off the track. And with that said, still don't know what that official review is about.
So, the Westside Glory were challenging the overall cost of the Otway Jam, they believe.
Okay, so they were challenging a no call for a cut on the Otway Jammer. Yeah, no official review to Westside anymore. They lose that challenge. They were trying to get the cut on Crazy Cooker on that one, but it no ref agreed that was the case. The no call stands. And out there at the moment, Crosby and Kiz Vicious on the line. And everything moves forward very quickly when the whistle goes. Crosby pushing that pack forward. They've only got two Otway defenders, and one of them is off for a multiplayer block. So it is a very empty pack out there. Everything's left to defend to KT&T, who's recently come back from injury. And just a glide past. Glide past. They will start this next jam with a very thin pack. Getting the 4 points and calling it 154 points to 67 with 20 minutes left in this last half. Now, both of these jammers on the line at the moment have been pretty influential for their teams. Rory Spillmore and Crazy Cooker. Crazy Cooker trying to follow Rory through. Unable to do it. Her wall was very quick to close up, not letting that extra jammer through. Rory Spillmore getting out first. She's about half a lap, but she is not lead. I don't think Crazy Cooker has noticed yet. Yes, she notices right before they reach the pack. She's just burning a couple of extra seconds to try to get KT&T out of the box and sausage roll her. But it wasn't quite enough without risking points. So both of those ODD blockers are standing in the box and just about ready to come on, giving Belter Skelter a thin pack to try to work with from the ODD defense. It gives her a better likelihood of getting that that lead jammer status. Kiz Vicious stuck in the four wall, but it looks like KT&T and Sausage Roll Her both coming out of the box to give offense. They've swept the wall and let Kiz Vicious free, but not before. It's not before points can be scored. Points are scored and called off for Westside Derby Dolls. Number 99, Belter Skelter. Crazy Cooker on the line against Murderface. They are right. It looks like they're right next to each other. Crazy Cooker doing a bit of defense, trying to do that follow-through maneuver again. But that Westside wall is very quick at closing it up. Rain and Fire recycling Murderface to the back. And while that's happening, Crazy Cooker challenges that inside line. And there's just not enough strength to knock her down. So she takes that inside line, gets lead. She's entering the pack. Murderface half a lap behind. So Crazy Cooker's looking to pick up those quick points and call. It looks like yeah, it looks like Murderface. Okay, they're just clarifying who had lead on that one. Just double checking. I think the no pass, no penalty might have been dished out to Cooker when she went through the apex, and the lead was given to Murderface. Murderface realising a little bit late that she'd had it and calling it off, but ODD getting the 3 points out of it. Kiz Vicious out of the pack. She gives a little wave to the Otway Panther as she goes past, hits the pack. She gets points. And and instead of calling it off, she's let the points continue. A bit of a lapse in judgment there. I feel they missed the chance to call it. And they let the points re-enter again. Crosby making the most of it. She's just, you know what? If you're not going to call it, I'm just going to clock up points. It's your mistakes are my benefit, and I'm okay with that. And they're giving Crosby another lap. They're giving Crosby another lap. This is Kiz Vicious. Kiz Vicious is looking to see what's happening. She's having trouble getting through. She's probably collected all 4 of the points. It looks like chronic jack pain knocks Kiz to the ground. Kiz stops to help the other blocker to her feet. And yeah, Crosby just making more and more points. She just gets a grand slam. She does not have lead, but she's got 19 points on the board. So when somebody steals 4 points off you when you have lead, it is a shanking. If somebody comes up with a samurai sword, that is 19 points to 4 when you have lead. They've absolutely dropped from the ceiling and sneak attacked you badly. I purely think after the lap before that, where they had a little bit of a miscommunication with the lead, I think it purely went without notice on the next jam. Crazy Cooker caught at the back in this pack at the Moor. Rory Spillmore caught in the ODD pack. Both jammers driving, but God, Crazy Cooker's power. She split that wall apart like a coconut when you're on holiday. She's just making her way around the track, half a lap ahead. Crazy Cooker, she's reached the pack and called it off. She calls it off in time. She calls it off in time. She gets the 2 to the 0. 2 to 0 on that one for ODD. So at the moment, Westside Derby Dolls are 101. So Derby 101 ahead of Otway Derby Dolls. So 177 to 76. Both these teams, their intensity has not reduced. I would say that they are at the same level of intensity the whole time. And cut track dished out there to sausage roll her. Belter Skelter back on track. We have 3 people in the penalty box for ODD, 1 for Westside. 5-point grand slam given to Belter Skelter. She is tearing it up. Oh no, we have K. We get 1 ODD out of the box and another one runs in. So we have a grand total of 3 in the box again. Keeping the pack nice and thin. A diet pack. Belter Skelter's moving in on the pack with lead jammer, looking for those points. She glides into Beasting. Beasting not trying to get her with a bit of positional, a little bump, a little drive. Beasting knocking her out on that apex, dodging her every player as she goes back through to run her back to the back of the pack. Malicious damage there to brace Beasting, but there Belter Skelter making the points. Belter Skelter gets through, gets the Grand Slam. Sausage Roll Her goes in. She enters the pack. She's pushing, but she seems to be held up between two West Side skaters, but then knocked to the inside. Belter Skelter smashed by KT&T's hips to the outside and tries to run back. Susie Quattro gets the cut track. She runs from the front to the back to get the cut track on Sausage Roll Her. Sausage Roll Her making her way to the bin, second time in this jam. The penalties for ODD in this is really, really affecting their game. They've had some really strong jammer penalties. I think that's why you've seen them cycle in. Then a couple of people, like they cycled out Beasting and cycled in Roll Her a little bit, but still the jammer penalties are persistent. I think that's a big part of the damage that's happening on the scoreboard. Otway are using their official review on this jam. Whether or not they're looking to, I would say the cut track in an attempt to release their jammer from the bin. That penalties that we were talking about that are playing havoc for ODD on the scoreboard. So at the moment it's 196 to 76. That is a 120-point lead through to Westside Derby Dolls with 12 minutes left on this clock, and we're doing all right here. It may be cold. It may be early. Well, it's not too early. Maybe I'm just used to sleeping in. But yeah, it's definitely cold. Out of those two options, cold and early, cold. It is definitely cold. I can almost see my breath in front of my mouth as I breathe. Lucky at home, you're all snuggled up. You're in bed. You've got all your cats around you. The reason you couldn't travel, you couldn't find somebody to feed them, because if there was no other excuse why you wouldn't be here, you want to be here, because this is one of the biggest tournaments in Australia, in the Southern Hemisphere. So I hope you're enjoying the warmth, and you've got a little bit of envy when you see the live feed. Everybody's looking fabulous and playing great derby down here. So massive thanks to Adelaide Showgrounds for hosting this. We absolutely adore everything you've done, keeping us playing the sport we love. And still waiting for a verdict on that official review. So also like to give a shout out to our BSS Light Audio Visual, our sponsors. What you can see, my sultry tones, all brought to you by their equipment. Discount AV equipment, sales, hire, installation of audio-visual lighting systems for all commercial and domestic applications, including corporate functions and all conferences. And looks like we've got a verdict on that official review. Vector, what's our Vector Victor? Has come over with the review, and they're just informing my other commies on the other side here. It's the no cut. They were trying to see if it would be disputed. The call will be upheld, and ODD will probably lose their official review. Oh, they got it. Oh, so the call will stand. Okay, so the cut track was not on an opposition skater; it was on two of the teammates, and that's why the penalty will stay on the black jammer. And that's why they'll keep their official review. Looks like they're still talking about something else. Maybe they're just taking a break. Maybe that's, you know what? You know what? They're saying, hey, how much are you looking forward to getting back to our Haig's chocolate supplied food in the change rooms, guys? Yeah, What do you guys want to eat when we finish up this match? Yeah, let's do this. So big shout out to Hague's Chocolates, who's our sponsors, who's feeding our officials.
Might go get a massage.
They've got the grass watered for all of our zebras out the back, and they're just doing what they can. All right, and this jam is about to start. Murderface is on the line. I feel like you gave me a whole lot of bad information on that official review. Thanks very much, mate. I'm never trusting you again. Sorry, ladies and gents. We're straight into this one, and Murderface is powering around. She's got lead already. She's looking for points. They're going to extend that lead. They're going to try to get over that 200 mark. I think they've got this. They've got 11 minutes. Murderface. Oh, she's done it now. You know what? Why take 11 minutes? Let's just do it right now. 201 points. There we go. 201 points to 76 on the board. Murderface hitting the pack. Slowly the pack is filling up again. Sausage Roll her is making her way out of the pack. She's got her initial, but it's called off. And it's called off. They're getting ready to reset. Everybody's going out for their shift. And Kiz Vicious and Crosby on the line, getting ready. It is drawing to the pointy end of this game. Nearly finished up, but God, the intensity still has not waned, which is surprising. We've seen a few games where people have started to drift off a little bit, but they're still powering. Crosby and Kiz Vicious. Kiz putting enough pressure to make Crosby call it off, trying to steal that inside line while they were on the other side of the pack, away from the or on the other side of the track, away from the pack. So enough pressure that forcing the call off and moving it to the next jam. She's better to do that than to risk any point loss. Beasting and Rory Spilmore out there together, getting ready. 5-second call is out. Both packs are complete. Beasting just powering over the top of 1-1-4 from which is Crotch Candy. Beasting out for lead. She is still a giant smile on her face. I don't think that has disappeared for the whole match. I don't think she's stopped. Every time she's even got a penalty, every time that she's been hit hard by someone, you just see this giant smirk spread across her face. She looks across to her bench manager to get the "have I got all the points?" And he gives her the nod, and she just calls it off. She's, you know what, I already passed you. I'm not doing it again. And cops a little bump for her efforts.
Kind of reminds me of Shortstop a bit.
Crazy Cooker and Belter Skelter on the line. The Crazy Cooker, number 89. Belter Skelter, 99. Crazy Cooker, this is probably the third time I've seen her try to follow the other jammer past the wall. And whoa, Crazy Cooker's strength. That pure brute strength. Like, she moves quick, but once she's going in, if she can find that seam, she pries it apart. And it looks like Chronic Jack Payne is sent off for a cut track. Crazy Cooker making a lap. And it looks like Crazy Cooker is the only one on track. Chronic Jack Payne was actually handed the star. It was completed. Then she was knocked out and she cut track. KT&T and Sausage Roll her, supplying offense on Goldie blocks to thin the pack a little bit and let Cooker through. Trying to make the run a little bit easier on her. Crazy Cooker gives hand signals. to her teammates to see if they can give her some support. Crazy Cooker just kind of slowed down a bit of positional blocking by Isa. Drops down. She's still on one knee, so can't be contacted, but tries to get past. Goldie Blocks pushes her. Crazy Cooker returns from out of bounds. Behind a skater that had also fallen. Takes the 5 points and says, I'm done. That's 15 points on the board. And I'm going to call it off. So that is, it looks like 95 points to 205 points. Otway Derby Doll doing a bit of damage now. They're going to get over the 100-point mark. They'll make the ton maybe. We got 7 minutes left in this game. Murderface and Kiz Vicious on the line. Murderface pushing out. Yes, she's out. She's gone. She's got lead. She gets out. She looks pretty happy. Under all the makeup, she looks pretty happy. She's got her bout face on, and she's hitting that. She's hitting that pack. She's hitting the back of her own team. She's just making gaps anywhere she can. And she's got that inside line for that Grand Slam 5 points, while Kiz Vicious has a big cut track, and she's being sent to the penalty box. So this Murderface is making the most. She runs through Raining Fire. Like, Raining Fire, props to slow her down. Not going to take any of that, and literally just runs through her. Murderface waits for the bit of O. She drops a leg. Yeah, she spins out. Was that a penalty to malicious damage? Yeah, it looks like there was a penalty, but a malicious damage at the end of that one. So Otway will start with reduced blocking field of 3 and no jammer. This will be good for for Crosby. A nice start for her. Not so good for ODD. And a timeout has been called. Looks like Westside are trying to make sure that, so things are judged on point differential, and so they're making sure that they're calling their timeouts, saving the clock, and trying to get the best point differential that they can. I would assess. And just double checking. Yeah, it seems like both teams are currently talking about the wonderful supplies that you can get from Spank Alley. They're in there. They're saying, "Hey, how good are those onesies?" Nah, the hoodies are better. I'm a bigger of a fan of the Chicks in Bowls merch. I'm wearing their compression pants right now. Hell, Turn Left Clothing. I've got some of those. It's all in stock. No, they finished their talk. They've said, put that away. We don't have time for that now. Visit the stall later. Let's get back to Derby. Crosby on track. She has a power jam start and a thin ODD pack. ODD unable to run forward. It looks like Chronic Jack Payne smashes into the pack to try to supply O. That wall gets drawn out. They switch to passive. Crazy Cooker, last line of defense, but that was a last line of defense for an out-of-play block, which leaves no defense on track as 2 more blockers go, 1 standing, 1 in the bin. It is only Beasting, and Beasting gives offense. She doesn't block, she just gives offense. You know what? Kiz, get out there, supply pressure, and make her call it off. That's all she wanted out of it. And it worked. It worked. She goes, I'm not going to be able to hold with this many people around me, so you know what? Do some offense. Let the jammer supply the pressure. And just to back it up, you know what? I've supplied some great O. Now I'm going to go jam. Beasting out on the line. Rory Spillmore out against her. Number 7, Rory Spillmore from Westside in the black. In the green, 2-3-8. Beasting. She just goes straight at the strength of that wall, and she's pushing it forward. C-bomb sent straight off, and she's sitting down. We once again have a one blocker on track, and it's KT&T, and she knocks the jammer to the middle, does the run back, and then does the destruction of pack. You can't run back if you're the only one on the track and the whole pack's moving forward. Everybody is off. Goldie Blocks is off. Crotch Candy's off. KT&T's off. Bee Sting's not off though. She's making laps. She's got a 5-point Grand Slam. Rory Spillmore being recycled back. Crazy Cooker driving her back. Susie Quattro, the only blocker out there for Westside. They've had a flip. Minimalist packs. That's what we have. Minimalist packs. No decoration. Just skater on skater. Let's not even have walls. Like, let's just get out there. This is what's happening. The walls are stretched out. Slowly people are returning. Kapow's returned from the bench. Crotch Candy is standing. Raining Fire is standing. And both jammers, they don't seem to be slowing down too much. Bee Sting calls it off as Goldie Blocks makes another trip to the bin. If penalties were kilograms, that would be a heavy weightlifting session. There was lots of penalties in that one. 222 to 108. 222 to 108 here with 3 minutes left. We've slowly had all of the blockers returning to track. Only Goldie Blocks for Westside is out. The crowd's starting to cheer, getting pretty excited to draw this in. Westside fans are pretty pumped. The ODD Cougar has not stopped dancing. Oh, Panther. Sorry, it's a Panther. And it looks like we've got a couple of ODD have fouled out in that last one. Yeah. It looks like I was correct. That last one was very, very penalty heavy, and it's been shown on the scoreboard here as on the foul out board, as we've had two ODD almost ready to foul out. One is on 7 right now, and one is on 6. So it looks like they're going to be pushed in this last 3 minutes. The endurance of the people left around, they're going to have to pick up the slack a little bit. Nobody likes to get fouled out. You want to be there for the whole game to support your team, but sometimes penalties happen while you're pulling the hard yards. Oh, Belter Skelter just jamming her way like a drunk with car keys into the lock when they get home. Like, just trying to jam it in there, and it worked for her. She found the right one. She's straight through. That is a victory. She's into the house. She's getting the points. She goes for the points, and she's got she's through. She's through for the 4. That's it. Through for the 4. 2 minutes left. That is 226 to 108. We are coming to an end very shortly.
Get behind your teams, people.
Yeah, we are nearly there. Crazy Cooker. I would dare to say MVP jammer for Otway today is out there against Murderface. Murderface is really bullying her way in. It looks like ODD Malicious Damage gets the multiplayer block. Goldie Blocks is back from the bin. Crazy Cooker caught up in that Westside defense, but she's out. But it's not soon enough as Murderface takes out her own team as she's bumped by C-Bomb, smashed into the back of Susie Quattro. Susie Quattro, Crazy Cooker smashes into Chocker. Crazy Cooker into Chocker, knocking down another blocker. We can do this. Everybody's scattering everywhere. 5-4. And we have a grand total of 1 minute. Wow, you would not want to say that 3 times quickly. Yeah. I'm a common potato. Here we go. And Kiz Vicious, she thinks she gets knocked out. Oh, that was a massive hit. That was head slapping backwards into the concrete big, and it's kept her in the pack. And it looks like Crosby is out. She's got lead. She's got control. She's going in for points. Malicious Damage goes out of the bin while Sausage Roller goes in. Kiz Vicious is out on her initial. Crosby is through. Told to call it off. She called it off, and that is 24 seconds on the clock. Will there be a timeout to get another jam? Who knows? Will they? Are they? And there it is. Did call it. We knew it was going to happen. You playing at home knew it was going to happen as well. Timeout. There's the extra jam you're all looking for. One more jam. Here we go. 3:34 to Westside. 1:13 to Otway Derby Dolls, Beasting and Rory Spilmore. This is how we started it with these two jammers. Let's finish it the same way. There we go. All right, ladies and gents, this is the end. You can see the Westside Derby Dolls are already posing for the photographer at their bench. They're obviously, even though they're behind on the scoreboard and there's no chance to catch up, there is massive smiles on all the Otway players. They are both teams wonderful sports out there, and looks like it's been. Yep, we look like we're about to start. Timeout's finished. Refs are all back in position. And they're waiting. At the moment, there's nobody on track for Westside. Oh, they've called another timeout. They've called another timeout, which is very...
I know.
Yeah, and they've called another timeout here. It's not going to be long before they get back on track. Now, Westside have decided to join the party. We're going to be underway very shortly. Just be 1 second as we get underway. Last jam.
Can you just do the last 2 minutes of this game and skate?
No, I'll just finish it up, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, he just came on.
we'll make it.
I know. You'll make it.
I've just had another MC sit down with me just for the one last jam. You've decided to join me for the just for the final, just to finish it up.
Well, just because you're such a good-looking fellow in your frock there, I would like to say, I thought I'd come and join you.
And so here we go. Rory Spilmore was starting jammer. She's been extremely strong. Beasting, starting jammer for ODD. They're getting underway. Malicious Damage gets distracted through. Beasting's back on. She's out for lead. She's out for lead. ODD, but no, she does not get lead. She is chasing. Rory Spilmore got out for lead. It must have been a no pass, no penalty, and that is called. That was an uneventful, unscoring jam, but it is all done. Unofficial score 234 to 113. It has been an absolute pleasure. Sorry to finish it up nice and quick, but I have to go MC another game. It's been my pleasure. I've enjoyed being here with you, Son of Skating from Victorian Vanguard, and you're here at TGSS at the Adelaide Showgrounds.
The area's platinum is packed with new features. Reinforced toe section. Increased toe stop clamping power. Winged truck with split cushion design for easy assembly and installation. The new Arius Platinum, performance redefined.
Has this ever happened to you? fumbling your marker. Your marker's not working. Trying to scrub off those pesky markers in the shower. You forget your numbers and you're sent back to the bench.
Bench! Put your numbers on! Get those numbers on your arm!
Let's see that again.
I have a severe sweating problem. Before I got my Spank Alley armbands, the refs were always telling me to reapply my numbers. But now, I can stay in the game.
My Spank Alley armband's second as a rope. Now I can lock up the competition. Thanks, Spank Alley.
But wait, there's more. If you order now, you'll get not just one, but 2 armbands. That's one for each of your arms.
Thanks, Spank Alley!
Spank Alley armbands. Get spanked.
The Clinic, Adelaide's skate and streetwear specialist, stocking a huge range of skateboards, longboards and cruisers, as well as scooters, streetwear and footwear, plus roller skates, inline skates and Heelys. The Clinic, 20 Curry Street in the city, open 7 days, or shop with us online.
I don't think it's nice you laughing. Now, if you apologize like I know you're going to, I might convince him that you really didn't mean it.